BKStravel.
So Morgan, when you were in Vietnam, did you ride a motorbike?
Yes, I did. It was
A little bit like a Top Gear episode, Jeremy Clarkson struggling on the bike.
We did genuinely watch that whilst we were going up.
Did you?
Vietnam? Because we're like, part of us needs to go to some of the places that they go to, which we will talk about later in the episode. But also just seeing the experiences that they had with the Vietnamese people and their travels. But yes, I drove a motorbike for the first time ever.
Go well? Did you fall off?
No, I didn't.
Didn't fall off. That's a good start.
Lots of tourists do fall off, and that is probably
I know a
the
couple of people who did.
biggest way tourists in Vietnam go to hospital. And yeah, I was very fortunate not to fall off. The first time I went on a motorbike was on the back with someone, and we did this tour where the tour guide actually they had a load of drivers and they took us places on the
fairly
motorbike.
safe, structured. Well, as safe as you could sort of be, ish.
Safe-ish. And then after that, we felt confident enough. Not all of us in our group hired a motorbike, but we hired them. We did a best kept secret is to make sure you take pictures of every inch of the bike, because lots of these things are very notorious for having scams, and you come back and it was a bump that was already there and they say you damaged it and then fine you an extortionate amount. So take lots of pictures of this, but we didn't have any issues with that.
And check the amount of petrol and the agreement on the petrol before you hire it.
Petrol was ridiculously cheap. I mean, they gave tourist prices, but it was still ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
Motorbike riding, I was fine with it. It was a bit nerve-wracking the first time. It rained a lot.
Okay.
And also the brakes weren't necessarily that
Existent.
effective. Yeah. And everyone rides so crazy. So it's fine on open roads, but I know people in my group didn't want to go more into the cities and the towns.
Which is kind of understandable.
If you had to get petrol.
Because it's all fun and games watching the whole Top Gear thing, but at the same time, they have an insanely big crew. They do have a car which, at certain times, could, if it wants to, basically block off a chunk.
Yeah, in theory. So, but I rode in the cities as well, and it's stressful, but as long as you're confident with what you're doing, not go too fast. I think confidence is the key because of the rules of the road here.
Yeah, you lack confidence, don't you, Morgan?
What is confidence? I have no idea what confidence is. But if you know the rules of the road and you just use your honk, as long as the horn works, because that's the only way you can do stuff, you just ride and then
cruise.
Yeah, slalom around people. And the best thing you can do is trust that the other people on the road are going to go around you. Like when crossing a road in Vietnam, it's one of the weirdest experiences when you first do it. There's no road crossings, no one follows traffic lights or any of that stuff. You walk, you have to walk the same pace, and you just continue to walk, and they will ride around you. It's like when you see videos over the top of sharks swimming through a shoal of fish, and the fish just sort of depart.
Disperse.
It's literally that.
You just keep walking.
It's crazy. It's a really weird experience, and sometimes you get Vietnamese people who see that you're a silly foreigner who's worried about crossing the road, and they actually come and help you.
Really?
And they're really kind. And we actually tipped a few people who did that because it was nice.
That's quite funny.